Once you go live, you must always treat it like a live. The platform now coming down. There's a firefighter with some of the dignitaries. Mayor of the city of Cape Town, Speaker of the National Assembly, Mapisa-Nqakula, and the Premier of the Western Cape up high just to experience what the firefighters are going through since Monday throughout this week, trying to battle and douse the fire that engulfed the National Assembly of South Africa.
Bruce, are you taking the media?
Wow.
No, you can do it. Bye-bye, guys. You can go.
Go, Bruce.
That is going all the way up high, just as the firefighters were using those ladder platform trucks to go up high to try and extinguish the blaze with those hydraulics. City of Cape Town waving to the people of the city together with the speaker. See a sense of relief amongst them. Finally the fire is over now. And trying to devise ways on the way forward. How are they going to do it?
Have you got this shot? Esa! Have you got this shot? Can you go? Are we finished? Have you got your shot? Can you go in the press conference? Do you want to go up? No. You want to go up? You want to go up, Esa? You don't decide it's okay. Huh? Okay, yeah, take time. So let's go.
Sorry, Jeanette. Guys, we're going to stop right here. Okay. Right side. Okay, do you want to search it on? Stop.
Where supply chain?
It's very easy supply chain.
It was taken with my camera. With myself, exact same photo I was. Allow Madam Speaker, the Mayor, the Premier, to thank the staff for the... It's going to be in a very informal process, and I'll leave it up to the Speaker and the Premier and the Mayor in terms of how you want to address them.
Sure.
And then we'll take it from there, and then there can be a whole lot of media questions if you want to do that. And then if there is time later on, we might take you just on a quick look at the fire station just to see other facilities. But I think you've seen most of it from the air. You've seen what the fire station looks like from up there. And I think you've got a pretty good idea.
Introduce them to the blue room.
And then, yes, I'll introduce you to the blue room afterwards. In terms of a little bit of interesting fact about the blue room, when I joined there in 1979, that was where I did my 3-month course in the blue room, which is now converted into something else. So, I think without further ado, I'm not sure if there's any questions you want to ask directly up front, but I'm going to leave it over to Alderman J.P. Smith to do the introductions, and then from there, and then I'm willing to answer any questions after that.
Thank you, Chief.
And before I forget, the two main divisional commanders that commanded a lot of the operations at the incident and were up and down the stairs every single day, Mr. Frank Forbay and then Simon Abrams, who's one of the mainstays that's been there for... I think he knows Parliament better than everybody else at the moment. These are the two gentlemen that managed that incident pretty well.
Thank you very much.
Over to Alderman Smith.
Okay, JP, do you want me to just jump right in, or do you want to say something?
Nothing. I think when we do the Q&A, I will help facilitate, but at the moment, the floor is yours.
Well, let's move over to the officers. Good afternoon. So, officers, this is a really wonderful occasion. Madam Speaker, please come and join me here. You know, let me just say by way of introduction that Cape Town Fire Services, Madam Speaker, responds to 100 fire calls a day, every day. But not all of them capture the headlines, not just of South Africa, but of the world, in the way that Sunday's fire at Parliament did. And it is obviously a national tragedy, what happened at Parliament, those beautiful historic buildings. But it is also a moment to be very thankful for the brave men and women in uniform who responded within 6 minutes from this fire station and soon from 6 other fire stations around the city. And this is the crew this is the shift that was on duty. That's why we delayed this event until today, Madam Speaker, you will remember. And officers, ladies and gentlemen, I spoke to the Speaker and thought it would be important to get this little group together to come and say to you our thanks as individuals, as Mayor, Speaker, Premier and Chairman of the National Council of Provinces, but really to speak on behalf of the whole country when we convey our thanks to you each as City of Cape Town firefighters. And I will also tell you that yesterday afternoon I was in touch with the President and I asked him to be here as well. He unfortunately had to receive the first draft of the Zondo report yesterday in Tshwane, so he's in Tshwane now. But he told me that he would love to be here, and he asked me to convey his sincere thanks to you as well, as President of South Africa. And it was really heartbreaking to see those images. Madam Speaker, we served together for 10 years as members of Parliament, but also at the same time there is this weird feeling of immense pride that South Africans such as yourselves, Capetonians such as yourselves, put yourselves in harm's way and go and do what you can to save as much of Parliament as possible. And so what we wanted to do was to come and just say a very simple thing. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for going beyond, above and beyond. And for doing your jobs with absolute professionalism, with dedication, with commitment to our city and to our country, and for trying as best as you could to save as much of Parliament as possible. Just to give you an idea, the Speaker of Parliament is the most senior person in Parliament, and in our Constitution is an extremely powerful office, really just right by the Deputy President. And Parliament, everything that happens in terms of the sittings of Parliament, the business of Parliament, the passing of legislation, the work of all of the committees is overseen by the Speaker. The buildings belong to the Department of Public Works, but everything that happens inside of those buildings is the work of the Speaker. So really, the Speaker embodies what Parliament means for our country, and that's why it was very important to have you here, Madam Speaker. And we are so glad that we could save the National Council of Provinces, which was unharmed. Is that true, sir? Totally unharmed?
Yes, so far.
Great. Great.
No more flare-ups, please.
And so I just want to convey my thanks as Mayor to each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. It makes me very proud to be the Mayor of the city. And I know that we are going to build a Parliament that is going to make the whole country and the world proud of us after this tragedy. And Madam Speaker, I'm going to hand over to you now by just saying what I said to you on the phone. You have our help, you have our support. Whatever we can do as the city, we will do. Parliament must continue. It is too important an institution for our democracy. We are proud of it, and whatever we can do to help. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor, Premier, Chairperson of the NCOP, Chief of the Firefighters. He was here.
Yes, he doesn't like the limelight. He runs away all the time.
Yeah. I see you are right at the
I'm going to force him here, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I must say, I'm here on behalf of the people of South Africa. We represent the people of South Africa. And it is proper that we should really say thank you to you. But also thank you to your families. Because as you'd go back home, you'd find your families waiting for you, not even knowing whether you are safe where you were or not. You know, it's very easy. We're politicians and we're just ordinary civilians. So when a fire breaks out, all you say is you start contemplating what you can do, thinking, what is it that we're going to do? But you didn't do that. You don't do that. You have no choice. What you do is to go up and do what you are trained to do. We really appreciate that. We appreciate your families for giving you the support. And I must also apologize, embarrassingly so, because I learned day before yesterday that you did not have water, and very late in the night when I was there with Minister Patricia Tilde, and she was able to organize something for you. South Africa stands united behind you. I must say this, you know, whenever a crisis of this magnitude erupts, South Africans have a way of finding one another and stand together. And I think what has happened to us here the destruction of that symbol of the unity of the people of South Africa has really brought us together in a manner you cannot imagine. First thing, we were offered immediately by the mayor space from which we can use for the State of the Nation address, and I said to him, wow, you know, great. There are many other options which are there, but for me what is important right now, it is not about who is in charge in the country. It is not about who is leading. It is about South Africans now coming together, holding hands together and finding a way of moving forward. I can assure you that as South Africans, we will continue with the work of Parliament. This is a temporary inconvenience for those of us who are in Parliament. But the work will continue. We will do what South Africans expect of us. Thank you very much. Thank you to your families. Sorry that at some point you didn't have water, but you still continued. Mayor and Premier, what you don't know is, as we were standing there, you ask yourself, for instance, I said when I got there, I said, where's the mace?
Yes.
And,
sure, I didn't think of that.
Yes,
good question.
I said, where's the mace? And Secretary of the National Assembly said, well, ma'am, the mace is in a safe somewhere in that burning building. I said, okay. So yesterday, he came to me and said, good news, ma'am. The mace has been saved. It's out of that that house, and now we have it stored safely. Thank you. It's the little things people take for granted. A number of people you hear, oh my God, I lost this, oh, I have that, which is in the, that, you know, somebody said, well, that new part of the offices, the new offices, the speaker's offices is still safe. I said, wow, still safe? I don't know. But the point is, it's small things which we worry about. This has taught us that what is important also is life. Yes. We are grateful that not a single firefighter lost his or her life in this crisis. We are grateful even for the equipment. I mean, we've just been, I don't even know what they call it, but you have some of the best state-of-the-art equipment which we have seen. I hear you have 4 of those vehicles and there's more coming. I was saying to the mayor, well, the firefighters deserve more, because I know you fight fires here almost every day, particularly behind you there, that mountain. Yes. So we must give you all the support which you require. Even if you are at the back head of the... thank you.
You forced him to come.
Thank you very much. Really, when you said you joined this team and you trained in the Blue Room in 1987.
No, 1979.
1979, yeah. I started counting and I said, wow, what a wealth of experience. Thank you. Thank you very much. And we know that in Parliament we were told there was a team of 60, am I right? 60?
Nearly 70.
Yeah, at any one time at the height of the statistics, but then obviously with rotation of staff, it would have been a lot more staff over the 2 or 3 days.
Well done. Thank you. South Africans,
from 6 stations.
Always to you. Thank you. And I am sure at the appropriate time, South Africans once more, the whole of South Africa, will stand and give you a clap and a thumbs up. Thank you very much.
Lovely. I'm going to hand over to the Premier now, but I just want to say before you speak, Alan, well, I was saying to the Speaker, when we rebuild, we should include a rock from every province of our country, and even maybe some from small towns and cities around the country, to send the local rock from that place to be part of this beautiful new building that's going to bring us together. And we are going to make sure that one of those has got the Cape Town Fire Service logo on it, because we, in this fire service, is part of that story of this beautiful new building that's going to bring us together. Alan.
Thank you, Mayor. Speaker, thank you very much, and for those words. Mayor, you too. Chairperson, thank you. And of course we are here today to really say to our firemen and women a huge debt of gratitude. Thank you so very, very much. And from everyone in this province and everyone in this country, we really do value the professional service that you supply to the people of this country. Edie Botta, I'm not sure where he is, he said to me, it's good to see me in regular clothes now. I was watching what you were doing that morning in my cycling kit, but it was amazing. The 4 minutes it took you to get there, world-class response. And Alderman Smith, to you, and of course to the chief, the fire chief, and all of your guys that are here that responded, but of course, as you heard now, the shifts that came in. And you know, it's your response to Parliament, which is symbolic, this sort of, you know, the centre of our democracy under threat, and you guys are there so rapidly to try and save whatever we can. And of course, it wasn't an easy task. We saw it as it flared up again and again, and I said, no more flare-ups, we definitely don't need any more. And now, as the Mayor says, we've got to rebuild. We've got to rebuild on the one side. Of course, we need to get to the bottom of it. And as our discussion speaker, I would also support you 100% to not only just have the investigation that's happening, bring an independent investigation at the same time. Let's make sure we get to the bottom of this. We all have to learn. I myself, along with our disaster team in the province, are all meeting tomorrow because I want to get an update on where we are in the province. And my message to the citizens of this province, wherever you live, do you know what you are going to do should there be a fire? You know, over the last few years, and you heard, I think the Mayor said 100 fires a day. It could happen to any of us anywhere in our country, any day. We all need to, where we work, where we live, where we play, we need to make sure that we're taking proper risk analysis and basing decisions on what will you do had it happen, should it happen, or what will you take with you, and are you protected, are we looking after our families? It's really important that we learn this lesson. And I support the Mayor's idea. I think that's a really amazing idea, that we actually get the whole country to be part of this rebuild. It'll be so symbolic of coming together as a country at a time like this, at a time of rebuild, not only because our Parliament, but I think also as a world and as a country, we're finding this new normal from this pandemic. And of course now we're going to be focusing on the other things like recovery and jobs, and as I always say, the pandemic of poverty. That's got to be our next focus. And this could be that coming together symbolic time. You know, you must always find the best you can. Never waste a crisis, or never waste the opportunity to find the positive. But really what today is about is to say this is about gratitude. This is about thanking every one of you here today, and of course those others that were from the other fire stations also offering help in those rotations. And it was also an honor to be here and actually experience the amazing equipment that you have, world-class equipment. And of course that's exactly what you need. You need to be supported so that you can do the great work that you do. Can I say that I love being here and I love saying thank you. But can we all try and not be here for a while again? I mean, I was here for the UCT fire and the mountain fire. I'm here because of the Parliament fire. Let's give it a break for a while. Let you guys catch your breath. But then that means every one of us as citizens of the country need to know that we all got a fire risk analysis in our own brains, and we're all thinking about it, where we live, where we work, and where we play. It's really important. But thank you very much to each and every one of you. Thank you.
All right, the chairperson of the NCRP has said he's got nothing to add. It was all perfectly well covered by Honourable Mapisa-Nqakula. Chief Schnettler, and then we can have some questions.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. My personal thanks I've given to all the staff in terms of the achievements over the weekend. And I think all the thanks has been given. The accolades need to go to you. As management, we try and guide you as best as possible in you being able to do your job as best as possible. But you're the guys that are on the front line, do the job every single day. And thank you very, very much. And I'd just like to also take this opportunity now that, Madam Speaker, when I joined, and when we went on course in 1980, I think we started off with 23 and we finished the course with 19. And there's 4 of us left in the service, and 2 of those other staff members are with me now. Mr. Gosling at the back there and Wayne Ricks. they were on the same course that I was on in 1980. So there's 4 of us left from that school still. So well done to their achievement.
And we are 2 division commanders who were helping on the day.
3 of them obviously, yes. There's actually
Okay.
Very shy.
You very sneakily hid away, huh? Please, please. Thank you to you guys as well. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, now,
Mayor, can I say you previously thanked Abrams and Forbay. The Divisional Commander Retief was there on the morning that the fire started, desperately trying to manage all of our queries and be on the radio and everything else and keep her mask up. So I just want to include her in the thanks and then say we are privileged that we have a core institutional knowledge that has been protected in our fire department. That's what keeps it running. It's not the politicians, it's not anything else. It's that, I mean, we make budget available, you make sure that there's processes in place, but we have some really capable staff. Amongst those are the fire safety specialists, the inspectors, some of who spent some time walking around in that building. They have formulated a response to what they observed. I have supplied you with that this morning. It's your discretion now to share that with the Speaker of Parliament. Included in that are the previous reports on our informal inspections, courtesy inspections that we did, or the reports we did for SONA. So that information is now with you to share. And then I do want to thank the senior staff. I know some has been made about the provisioning of water and food. I do want to say, just to set the record straight, Speaker, that was scheduled to arrive at a particular time and was underway, but we will never say no to additional donations that are brought before that, whether by MPs or there were some faith-based organizations that supplied water and beverages before that. So we're grateful. There is a very strong culture here. I mean, on the big fire at UCT here, we had so much water and food and stuff being delivered here that we actually didn't know how to manage it all. And a whole group of volunteers spent several days here doing that. So I want to say thank you also just, Mayor, which hasn't been mentioned, also to the volunteers from outside who do this. It's a great part of Cape Town's DNA that this happens every time there's a crisis. Thank you.
Was Mochi?
Mr. Mayor, so if I can perhaps just also abuse the opportunity to say you called on somebody now who's not going to be happy with that name. It is lifelong name. I've worked in the city now for 20 years. I've worked with many spokespersons in many departments. There's not another in our directorate who is as capable and as competent, as eternally available, professional and capable as Jermaine Carroll says, an absolute asset. Smoothie and all. He's a man of our people, and I want to say thank you to him. It wasn't even on duty, but he was there to work. Thank you.
Now, I just think that what will be nice, because I know Honourable Speaker has to go, and I just want to say before that, it's lovely to be able to order you around, Madam Speaker.
You have succeeded in doing that.
Usually the Speaker tells us what to do, but I think it'll be lovely for the officers just to meet you personally, and then I know that you will have to run. Okay, and then I don't know if any journalists want any questions, but let's just quickly introduce you to the officers. Maybe Chief Schnettler, do you want to take the Speaker around? And let's go.
That is Cape Town Mayor Geordin Hill-Lewis thanking the firefighters who helped to contain the blaze in Parliament.
Okay, let's take our position. Fine, yeah.
Mr. Mayor, the Speaker and I also have a 1 o'clock meeting.
Okay, you're ducking. All right, lovely.
All right.
Thank you.
Guys, they are attacking. Are we going to get a clear picture?
Remember, even the Department of Public Works couldn't have access to the building. We rely on information which will come from engineers who will tell us whether in fact we can even go into the building to view what has happened there. I know that this morning the SABC, I think, reported that there will be an opportunity for Public Works to inspect the building, but also you should remember, even when the firefighters have left the parliamentary precinct, we still should remember that that's a crime scene. So we must be guided as to when and what we can do in that area.
And how far are plans so far to find alternative space or to choose alternative space from the venues that have been offered for the work of Parliament to go on?
I can assure you, we came here with the chair of the NCOP, and we were sitting together with our managers to discuss what it is that we are going to do. We are very optimistic that we should be able to announce by Monday where we are going to have the State of the Nation address. And of course, we see that it seems not many committee rooms have been burnt down. In any event, committees have been using the virtual system for their work. So the work of committees will continue. We will have our presentation of our budget by the Minister of Finance. We will have the State of the Nation. As a nation, we should rally please behind us to give us all the support necessary for this to be successful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
All of us must do what we can. Even if it means if we must go and help clean up, that's fine. We must do that because we're proud of Parliament. We're very sad to see what's happened. And now we have a responsibility to do what we can to rebuild, to fix it, to make sure that Parliament can continue. So where we have got facilities available, City Hall and our council chamber, we make those available to Parliament free of charge. That's part of our contribution to making this work and fixing this and doing what we can to ensure Parliament continues.
No T's and C's.
No.
And then also maybe what other measures have you contributed so far?
No, I mean, obviously our fire and rescue crews were on site for nearly 3 days. They're still there actually, and they will continue to be there. And we'll help with the investigation if we need to. We've got these fire professionals that can help with the investigation. They've already compiled a report, which was just given to me a few minutes ago, and so we'll do whatever we can to help.